Have you ever shared something deeply personal with someone, only to regret it later? Or maybe you've noticed that the more you share, the more people seem to take you for granted or even judge you unfairly. Why does this happen? Why does oversharing often lead to disappointment, and what can we do about it? Let me ask you this. How much of yourself do you reveal to others? Do you think that being an open book is the best way to connect, or could it be holding you back? Today, we're going to explore the psychology, neuroscience, and even the philosophy behind why keeping parts of yourself private might be one of the smartest decisions you'll ever make. The psychology of oversharing. Let's start with why we share in the first place. As humans, we're wired for connection. Sharing personal details creates intimacy and builds trust. But there's a fine line between healthy vulnerability and oversharing. According to psychologist Dr. Brené Brown, the author of Daring Greatly, vulnerability is essential for meaningful relationships. But here's the catch. Not everyone deserves access to your vulnerable side. Oversharing with the wrong people can lead to judgment, gossip, or even betrayal. Think about it. How often have you shared something personal, only to feel like the other person didn't respond the way you hoped? This is because not everyone is equipped to handle your story, and some may even use it against you. Fun fact, the Dunbar number. Here's something fascinating. Did you know your brain has a limit on how many meaningful relationships it can manage? It's called the Dunbar number, named after anthropologist Robin Dunbar. On average, humans can maintain about 150 meaningful connections at any given time. Now think about your social circle, your coworkers, family, friends, and acquaintances. Out of all these people, how many truly know you? And more importantly, how many of them deserve to know the deepest parts of you? The answer might surprise you, the neuroscience of privacy. Now, let's dive into the brain. Why does sharing personal information feel so good? Neuroscience gives us the answer. When you disclose something about yourself, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical that lights up when you eat your favorite dessert or hear your favorite song. In fact, a study from Harvard University found that talking about yourself activates the same brain regions as rewards and pleasure. This is why we often feel tempted to share, even when it's not in our best interest. But here's the problem. This dopamine rush can make us overshare, especially in moments of stress or excitement. It's a biological trap, and unless we're mindful, we can fall into the habit of revealing too much, too soon. The power of mystery. Insights from books. There's a reason so many successful people cultivate an air of mystery. It's not just a personality trait, it's a strategy. Let's look at 3 incredible books that highlight the power of keeping certain things to yourself. The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Law 6, court attention at all costs, explains that mystery creates intrigue. When people don't know everything about you, they're drawn to you. It gives you an edge. Quiet by Susan Cain. This book celebrates the strengths of introverts, showing how listening more and revealing less can lead to deeper relationships and greater respect. Digital Minimalism by Cal Newport. In a world where oversharing on social media is the norm, this book teaches us the value of controlling what we share and protecting our mental energy. This is a harsh but important lesson. Not everyone is a safe space for your personal story. And when you overshare, you give others power over you. A true story. When oversharing backfires. Let me tell you a story. Sarah, a professional in her late 20s, landed her dream job. She wanted to make a great impression, so she started sharing personal details with her colleagues. Things about her struggles, her family, even her dating life. At first, this seemed to bring her closer to her team. But over time, her colleagues started using her vulnerabilities against her. She became the subject of office gossip, and her professionalism was questioned because of the personal stories she had shared. The common theme here is that privacy isn't about hiding. It's about managing how others perceive you and maintaining control over your narrative. A true story, when oversharing backfires. Let me tell you a story. Sarah, a professional in her late 20s, landed her dream job. She wanted to make a great impression, so she started sharing personal details with her colleagues. Things about her struggles, her family, even her dating life. At first, this seemed to bring her closer to her team. But over time, her colleagues started using her vulnerabilities against her. She became the subject of office gossip, and her professionalism was questioned because of the personal stories she had shared. This is a harsh but important lesson. Not everyone is a safe space for your personal story. And when you overshare, you give others power over you. Tips for protecting your privacy. Let's talk about how you can avoid falling into the oversharing trap while still building meaningful relationships. Here are some practical tips to help you maintain healthy boundaries. Pause before you share. Before revealing something personal, ask yourself, does this person need to know this? Use the rule of reciprocity. Share at the same level as the other person. If they're keeping things surface level, follow their lead. Listen more, talk less. People value good listeners. The less you say, the more control you have over what others know about you. Wait for trust to build. Share personal details gradually. Trust is earned, not given. Limit social media sharing. Think twice before posting personal updates. Once it's online, it's out of your control. The illusion of intimacy. Here's an interesting fact. Oversharing creates an illusion of intimacy, but it's often one-sided. This means you might feel closer to someone after sharing, but they may not feel the same way. Genuine connection requires mutual vulnerability and respect. The empowerment of privacy isn't about isolation, it's about empowerment. By keeping certain parts of yourself private, you protect your energy, maintain control over your narrative, and create stronger boundaries. And here's the best part. Mystery draws people in. When you don't reveal everything, you leave room for curiosity and respect. Take control of your story. So, the next time you feel the urge to share too much, pause and reflect. What do you truly want from the interaction? Connection? Validation? Or maybe just someone to listen? Remember, not everyone deserves to know your story, and that's your superpower. Thank you for watching today's video on Brainpower Academy. If you found this helpful, inspiring, or even eye-opening, hit that subscribe button and join our community. Together, we're learning how to protect our energy, own our stories, and live with intention. See you in the next video.